Hi everybody, welcome to the Film Fan Club. Happy Friday the 13th. Sam Carrico here. To kick off the Halloween season this year, I thought it'd be appropriate to review one of my favorite Scooby-Doo movies, Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island. Last year for a Throwback Thursday Halloween video, I reviewed Scooby-Doo and the Reluctant Werewolf, and that was a really fun 80s kind of movie. But what was really cool about the 90s and the late 90s is with the Scooby-Doo movies, they kind of started to focus a little bit more on the story rather than the just some of the gags. You know, there's still a lot of fun running jokes in the movies like Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island, Scooby-Doo and the Cyber Chase, and etc. But it really seemed like they focused on making these really fun adventures, and this film is definitely no exception. The plot almost reminds me of that of the live-action Scooby-Doo movie, the first one that they did. It starts off with the last mission that they do together as Mystery Inc., and then flashes forward to where they've kind of gone in their careers, but they all get drawn back together whenever Daphne, who's now a television reporter, is investigating the strange goings-on on this spooky island in the Louisiana bayou. It's actually pretty fun to see a well-thought-out version of where the gang would go after they move on from solving mysteries. Velma works in a bookshop that exclusively sells mystery novels, whereas Shaggy and Scooby work in customs at an airport, but the only contraband they find is food that's getting smuggled overseas, which is hilarious. There's a bunch of fun little running gags that play throughout the movie that are really fun. In a lot of ways, this is loosely like the live-action movie, but better, it seems like. It also puts a twist on the formula of the original TV show. They go there expecting to just unmask somebody, but these are real zombies that they encounter. And the design of the zombies are pretty cool, too. They're not very like the Zombieland fast-running, rabies type of zombie kind of that we've gotten so accustomed to. These are like this spooky, slow walking, not very gory, but they just look like they've been deprived of their life source. And that's partially because it's a kids movie, but also just it's the way that they have to work within the confines actually makes them for some really fun design. And this movie actually does get a little bit spooky at times. Whenever I was watching it as a kid, I remember I had to kind of hide my eyes for fear that my favorite characters were actually going to get in some trouble. This is, for a movie to do that, I think it makes it a good one. Maybe you want to show your kids around Halloween. It's not too scary, but I mean, it's just enough to where it kind of rides that line. As far as a kid's film, pretty well. This movie is also a little bit surprising. It has some twists and turns that I didn't really see coming. But while all that is true, it never really loses its focus and forgets the fact that it's a Scooby-Doo movie. There's a lot of fun running gags that remind me of the original series, Scooby eating Shaggy's snack, and he makes a comment like, wow, that felt a lot less, because he eats everything in between, and then Shaggy just gets the bread, and Shaggy goes, well, man, that was a lot less filling than I imagined it would be. And it's just the little moments like that that are really well thought out. Now, that being said, not everything's perfect about this movie. It's not as good as Scooby-Doo and the Reluctant Werewolf, and it's not my favorite of the late 90s, early 2000s Scooby-Doo movies. There's a couple of jokes that don't hit. There's like a love triangle involving Daphne and Freddy that doesn't really go anywhere. And, the animation is a little bit choppy at times. It was made for DVD, and it kind of shows. But as far as just being a fun Scooby-Doo adventure, and it has a lot of the same elements that the first live-action film, as I've said like 3 times now, but it just seems like it's all that stuff done better, and I really can appreciate that. I'm going to go ahead and give this movie, it's not perfect, but it is definitely a fun watch. 7 out of 10. Well, thanks for checking this video out, guys. If you'd like to, make sure you subscribe to this YouTube channel for more content like this. We're going to be doing a lot more Halloween videos coming up. I figured it would be good to do it on Friday because it's Flashback Friday the 13th. But next week, we're going to be trying and moving it on over to Throwback Thursday. So make sure you subscribe for that. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram as well while you're at it, at Samuel D. Carrico, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks again.